Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Do you ever wonder why some people seem to effortlessly build wealth while others struggle? If you've ever questioned the traditional advice about money and success, you're in the right place. If you lost your job tomorrow, how many days, months, or years could you survive on your savings? That is the definition of wealth. In this video, we're diving into Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the revolutionary book by Robert Kiyosaki that challenges everything you thought you knew about finances. Through this video, you will discover the stark contrast between Kiyosaki's two father figures, one who embodies conventional wisdom and the other who teaches the secrets of financial freedom. One after death will leave almost nothing behind except debt. The other would have died one of the richest men in Hawaii and will pass on his empire to his children. Join us as we unpack Kiyosaki's key lessons on how to make money work for you rather than working for money. Whether you're just starting your financial journey or looking to enhance your existing knowledge, this video will equip you with actionable takeaways to help you build a prosperous future. 1. The rich don't work for money. Work for money versus make money work for you. The poor and middle class work for money, while the rich have their money work for them. Traditionally, most people believe in working hard for a paycheck. This mindset emphasizes job security, education, and climbing up the corporate ladder. In contrast, instead of trading time for money, the rich focus on creating systems and investing in assets that generate income passively. This means building businesses or investments that continue to produce revenue without requiring constant effort, essentially earning money even when the owner is asleep. In the workplace, in order to make more money, you need to specialize, but to be rich, you need to do exactly the opposite. Kiyosaki argues that job security is a fallacy and relying solely on a job is risky, due to layoffs, economic downturns, and lack of control over one's income. The rat race. Those with imaginations thrive while those without it are still looking for a job. Many people remain trapped in a cycle of working to pay bills without building wealth. Kiyosaki suggests that relying solely on a job can lead to financial struggle, advocating instead for entrepreneurship and investment. People's lives are controlled by two emotions, fear and greed. Fear pushes you out of the door, and greed calls to you. That is the trap. Understanding that these emotions often drive people's financial decisions can help us make more rational choices regarding spending and investing. Kiyosaki advocates for readers to keep using our brain, and soon your mind will show you ways of making money far beyond what others could ever pay you. You will see things that other people never see. Breaking free from the rat race. Avoiding consumerism. Many young professionals fall into the trap of consumerism, spending on liabilities like cars or luxury items instead of investing in assets. Kiyosaki's advice encourages a shift in mindset towards saving and investing for long-term wealth rather than immediate gratification. Long-term planning. The book emphasizes the importance of planning for financial independence rather than merely working for a paycheck. This involves setting clear financial goals and actively pursuing them through investments and asset acquisition. Delayed gratification. Kiyosaki highlights the importance of delayed gratification, where the wealthy often delay luxury purchases until after they have built their asset base. This approach fosters long-term financial stability rather than short-term pleasure. Work to learn, not to earn. At the early stages of building wealth, it is more important to gain experience and knowledge than to focus solely on earning a high salary. Education is more valuable than money in the long run. The management skills you need are the management of cash flow, systems, and people. The specialized skills you need are sales and marketing, speaking and negotiating, and how to be a good teacher. 2. The importance of financial literacy. What will you do if you have $1 million today? Why do many high-income earners still struggle to build wealth? Well, it's not about how much money you make, it's how well you manage your money. Kiyosaki emphasizes that financial education is more powerful than money itself. He argues that traditional education does not adequately prepare individuals for financial independence, noting that his poor dad, despite being highly educated, struggled financially because he lacked financial literacy. Financial education involves understanding how money works. This includes concepts like financial statements, assets versus liabilities, investing, and taxes. By increasing your financial knowledge through continuous learning and adaptation to changing economic conditions, you can make better informed decisions, which can lead to a lifetime of making money work for you instead of working for money. Assets versus liabilities. How to distinguish between assets and liabilities, and how do these concepts help us better manage our money? An asset puts money in your pocket, for example, investments and rental properties, whereas a liability takes money out, for example, mortgages, car loans, and other unnecessary expenses. The rich focus on acquiring assets, while the poor often accumulate liabilities they believe are assets. It is important to identify and distinguish between asset and liability items, and acquire income-generating assets rather than liabilities to create streams of passive income that can enhance their wealth rather than drain it. Cash flow. Positive cash flow is essential for financial freedom. This means having enough income from your investments to cover your expenses. In Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki introduces 3 cash flow patterns, one for the poor, one for the middle class, and one for the rich. Understanding the differences between the 3 types of cash flow patterns will help you know where your money flows. In order to understand the different types of personal cash flow patterns, it's important to first understand the structure of the personal financial statement. The personal financial statement consists of 2 parts, the income statement and the balance sheet. The income statement consists of your income and expenses, and the balance sheet displays your assets and liabilities. It's the relationship between the income statement and balance sheet of your personal financial statement that ultimately determines your personal cash flow pattern. The cash flow pattern of the poor. We often hear those who struggle with their finances say things like, "I'm living paycheck to paycheck." Then they tell their children to stay in school and study hard to get a good job. The unfortunate reality for those who follow that advice is that they barely make enough money to pay their monthly expenses. Here's how the cash flow pattern of the poor generally looks like. These people are hardworking, often doing 2 jobs just to make ends meet, but they have a hard time getting ahead because they are treading water simply trying to stay afloat. They often think more money will solve their problems, but money rarely solves the problem, rather it accentuates their spending habits. The cash flow pattern of the middle class. Most middle class also live paycheck to paycheck, but for different reasons and through different means. Here's how the cash flow pattern of the middle class generally looks like. People who follow this cash flow pattern probably have high-paying jobs which afford them nice big-ticket items like big homes, cars, and a number of modern-day comforts. What they don't buy with cash, they gladly charge with their credit cards. This is what in the book Rich Dad called the working class dream. The difference between the middle class and the poor can be found in the liabilities of their balance sheet. Both groups have jobs that ultimately pay for their expenses. However, where the poor spend all their money on expenses, the middle class spends their hard-earned money on bigger liabilities first. Over time, the middle class builds a lifestyle that is maintained either by getting a higher-paying job or working longer hours, so as to afford more expensive big-ticket items like a bigger house, premium education for their children, or luxury vacations. These items are not paid up front in cash, but credit and paid later. This is the vicious cycle the middle class finds themselves in. As such, they might make more money than someone who is poor but will not get rich because of this and continue to run around in the rat race. The cash flow pattern of the rich. For the rich, money goes from the asset column of their balance sheet into the income section of their income statement. The rich don't work for money. While the poor and middle class go to a job and earn their income through a paycheck, the rich make passive income by acquiring assets. By shifting from a focus on earned income to building and reinvesting in portfolio assets is how anyone can gradually create a cash flow pattern similar to the rich. And investing knowledge. Investments are the roots of financial security. The deeper they grow, the stronger your future will be. The book encourages readers to learn about various investment vehicles such as stocks and real estate, which can help build wealth over time. This knowledge can empower you to make informed decisions rather than relying solely on traditional employment. 3. Mind your own business. The rich focus on their asset columns while everyone else focuses on their income statements. Too many people forget to mind their own business. They spend their time minding someone's business and making that person rich. I'm not in the hamburger business. My business is real estate. Ray Kroc, the businessman known for buying McDonald's from its founders and making it to be the biggest and most successful fast food chain all over the world. The reason why so many talented people are not rich is because they focus on building a better hamburger and know little to nothing about business systems. 4. Taxes and corporations. The biggest bully is not the boss or the supervisor, but the tax man. Kiyosaki advocates for leveraging corporate structures to minimize tax liabilities and protect personal wealth. He encourages individuals to enhance their financial education to create more effective strategies for wealth accumulation. Tax advantages of corporations. Owning a corporation provides significant tax benefits compared to being an employee. Corporations can deduct many business expenses before taxes are calculated, which reduces the overall taxable income. Wealthy individuals use corporations to engage in creative tax strategies. For example, some people write off vacations as business trips if they can demonstrate a legitimate business purpose for the trip. Kiyosaki advocates for understanding and utilizing the tax code to one's advantage. Income retention. Corporations allow individuals to retain more of their income. Instead of paying high personal income taxes on earnings, business owners can keep profits within the corporation and pay themselves through dividends, which are often taxed at a lower rate than regular income. Legal protection. Corporations provide limited liability protection, meaning that personal assets are shielded from business debts and liabilities. This encourages risk-taking and investment in business ventures without fear of losing personal wealth. 5. The rich invent money. Often in the real world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. Kiyosaki states that his overall philosophy is to plant seeds inside his asset column, where some will grow and some don't. The main reason most people are not rich is because they are terrified of losing. Great opportunities are not seen with your eyes, they are seen with your mind. Here are 3 skills you should develop. 1. Find an opportunity that everyone else missed, then raise money, and then organize smart people. Move away from relying solely on a salary or wage income and explore entrepreneurship and investment opportunities. Building assets and creating passive income streams are key strategies for wealth accumulation. 6. Taking calculated risks. Kiyosaki contrasts the risk-averse mindset of his poor dad with the more entrepreneurial approach of his rich dad. Poor dad believes in playing it safe, emphasizing job security and stability, while rich dad encourages taking calculated risks as a pathway to financial growth. He asserts that avoiding risks entirely can be riskier in the long run and limit opportunities for wealth creation. In the book, calculated risk is defined as informed decisions based on through research and understanding of potential outcomes instead of a reckless gamble. He emphasizes the importance of assessing opportunities, weighing potential rewards against possible downsides, and making educated choices. Kiyosaki believes that one's mindset plays a crucial role in achieving financial success. He highlights the importance of developing a mindset that embraces risk, learns from failures, and has a determination to overcome obstacles. Changing one's attitude towards money, stepping outside one's comfort zone, and embracing a can-do mindset can open doors to financial opportunities. These actions can lead to substantial financial gains over time. To end off, here are 10 steps to awaken your financial genius, as stated in the book. 1. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. 2. Financial education. 3. Mind your own business. 4. Learn to manage risk. 5. Use money to make money. 6. Embrace entrepreneurship. 7. Cultivate a positive money mindset. 8. Seek mentorship and guidance. 9. Take action. 10. Continuous learning and adaptation. I hope you enjoyed today's book sharing as much as I did. If you found this content valuable and want to see more like it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Your support really helps me create more amazing content. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.